Yo, what's going on, my magic knights? It is your boy Lota here, back with another Black Clover mobile video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the one and only blue YAMI superhero. Now, just before we get into the videos, per usual, if you guys find any of my content helpful or you like my content, please make sure to like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it, and it tells me that my vids are doing well. Alongside that, if you would like to come join our global BCM guild, join the Discord link in the description below. And also 2 more days, guys, so let's fucking go. We'll be streaming on drop of global, so it'll probably be a very late night stream, probably about 12 a.m. PST, 3 a.m. Eastern. But yeah, with that being said, let's get into the video. Now, off rip with YAMI, we're going to be talking about his skills. Per usual with these guys, I like to go over guaranteed upgrades before we get into gear, so if you guys want to just see the gear, skip to the timestamp in the description below. But with that being said, let's go. So with YAMI, now I do not have many of YAMI's skills leveled up at all, actually, due to the fact that I'm kind of low on materials, but I do know the order in which you want to go ahead and level these up, so follow along. So first, for his basic attack, it's just going to be a typical single target attack. It gives increased attack, or increase all attack, which increases your attack and magic attack by 30%, as long as you have 4 SP or more. His skill 2, which is going to be his AoE slash, is going to be a horizontal slash that inflicts HP recovery immunity, meaning they cannot be healed, and it's going to give you 1 skill point back. And then his ult is going to be a hard knockdown that takes away 3 of your enemy's skill points, and inflicts total silence, meaning they cannot use their ults or their skill 2. Now for his dupes, you're going to be getting damage dealt by 5, and I think for his max dupe, it was changed for global buff. I'm not going to cover that one too much because it's more whale content, and I want to kind of just cover more of the free-to-play content. Eventually, I will cover some of the whale content if requested, but for the most part, we're going to just be going over free-to-play content. Now, outside of that, for his skill page, obviously one of his best skill pages is going to be his own, as it gives, I'm pretty sure, another skill point every turn or so. But if you don't have any skill pages, obviously at the start of global, then you can run the Breath of Darkness that you get for free just by completing the tutorial. It's an extremely good page on him. If you don't want to run Breath of Darkness on him because you're running it on someone else, then you can run Mysterious Ancient Book, which is damage dealt plus 7, and I think at max dupe it's about 12 or 15%. And then obviously over here for some character filling cards, you can use Asta's card if you want to for crit damage, if you're looking for a more DPS YAMI. But outside of that, that's going to be all for his skill pages. It's nothing too crazy. Also, his LR passive is just going to grant him 15 increased favor damage, meaning that against, I'm pretty sure, what is it? I think it's red units, if I recall. Let me remember how my damn game works. Yeah, so against red units, he'll be doing more damage per usual because that's his favorite damage. Now, alongside that, we're going to go ahead and talk about some of his talents. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Now, off rip, I'm running increased magic attack on him for some reason. I think it's because I was showcasing off talents in another video. But what you're going to want to run is Battle Frenzy and increased attack. You can also run Sharp Mind in increased attack. Sharp Mind is going to give you more damage dealt. So you can run either of these. It's up to you if you want more crit rate, or up to you if you just want more damage in general. His defense is going to be typical. You're just going to do some increased defense and some endurance. And then for his supports, you're actually going to be using, here we go, you're going to be using increased act and pen. And the reason for this is Mage's Blessing has a 20% chance to reduce his skill 2's cooldown by 1 turn. And that's extremely good on YAMI due to the fact that his skill 2 is his AoE hitting attack, meaning that you'll be able to AoE hit everyone more while also being able to just hold back on your single targets, which is going to be extremely well for him. Now, outside of that as well for our boy YAMI, what you're going to do for his team comps, I'll be going over in a quick second. We're quickly going to cover gear since this is the RNG shit. I'll be showcasing 2 gear sets, one for early game and one for more late game. So off rip for an early game set, and keep in mind that you guys will not have LR and UR sets. Most of this will look like some SSRs, like my Mimosa build did, because I was still grinding for Mimosa set. So yeah, keep in mind, you're only going to probably have SSRs or SRs. You will eventually reach this point, but don't worry too much about it. So we're going to be running 2-piece attack, 2-piece enhanced attack, and 2-piece defense enhanced. And the reason for running 2 pieces of these sets instead of running 4 pieces, the 4-piece isn't usually worth it. The 4-piece for the normal attack is damage dealt, and then the 4-piece for this is also damage dealt. It's just more damage dealt. But what we're looking to get out of here is actually going to be the attack buffs, since YAMI scales off of attack. So that's going to be that. And then for the defense buff, it's pretty obvious we're doing it just so that he is a little bit more tanky. He's not too squishy. And then you're going to just run any off piece you have here. So I'm just running this for as an X. So that's going to be one of his like early game sets. Now I'm going to come over here, and one of the sets that you will be using late game should look something along the lines of this. So you're going to be running the 2 attack, 2 enhanced attack, and then you're going to be running, you know, crit rate or crit damage depending on what you want. I'm not too worried about this right now. As you can see, it's a little over the place, but as I said, you guys won't have access to the crit dungeons for a hot second, depending on how your luck goes in your pulls. So the first team's gonna, or the first gear is going to get you through most of the content perfectly fine. This is more so if you want to start mid-maxing your YAMI with better gear and stats. Now, alongside that, I'm going to go over a few teams really quickly that you can run with YAMI. So let's go ahead and put our boy in here. Okay, so off rip, YAMI's going to be a blue unit. That's going to open up one of the easiest teams to create in this game, and that's going to be your mono blue farming team for gear. So you can run Soul if you didn't get Mars off your rerolls. You can run Charmy because she's going to be your best blue healer here until season 3. And then you can run, you know, anyone else that you would want to run. You could run fucking Lotus if you get him off your reroll banner. This is a pretty cracked team right here. I used to run this myself. You know, maybe if you want some more buffs outside of mono blue, you can take Lotus off, and then you can run like, maybe Fenroll or just casual buffs, because Fenroll buffs attack and speed. So that's something you can do, is something like this. If you want to run double EPS, then come a little bit later into global, you could run Fauna and blue YAMI like this in mono blue. Alongside that, if you're looking for like a PvP YAMI team, something I'd probably suggest is like YAMI and Lotus. You're obviously going to want a healer, so if you happen to have Seasonal Mimosa, you can toss her on there. If you do not have Seasonal Mimosa, you can either run Charmy like this, or you can run Red Mimosa. And if for some reason, you know, you don't feel like running a healer, yeah, you can run, you know, this Noelle, or you can run Radies for some shields. Both of these units will cover your shields. And then, if you just want like a defense buffer, you could run Vanessa, something like this. It's a little scuffed, but obviously, you know, we're not trying to build you straight SSR teams at the start. We want to be able to make sure that it's accessible to everyone. So yeah, that's something that you can run with YAMI. It's nothing too crazy. But with that being said, guys, that's going to sum up this blue YAMI guide. Tomorrow we will be dropping the Asta guide, and then we will be dropping the free seasonal SSR tutorial. Alongside that, I will be showcasing you guys live on stream when Global comes out how to reroll, if you guys would like to reroll, so come check that out. With that being said, guys, see y'all in the next video. Peace, everyone.